Hi everyone. Hi, this is Chrissy Shirley here, facilitator of Access Consciousness. And I just wanted to talk about relationships today. I had a really good question come in from a very good friend of mine. And this is the question. It's, I am in a new passionate relationship since New Year with a kind, uncomplicated minded person. I'm thankful, however, doubt keeps sneaking in my mind. I'm very unsure if this is what I want in relationship in person. What can I ask to the universe to show me something magical about relationships? And I'm bored with relationship and routine. Okay, cool. So really great question because there's lots of different things that we can talk about in this. The first thing I want to talk about is when we talk about having a passionate relationship. These tools from Access Consciousness are really different to what you may have heard of before. So just take out of what I say what's right for you, but I just want to make a suggestion that if you're creating a passionate relationship, it means being tacked to the cross, because there's a thing called the Passion Play, which is when Jesus Christ was tacked to the cross. That's the whole what the play was, and it's all about passion and passionate. What you want to have is an enthusiastic relationship and a relationship of gratitude. So I suggest that you don't ask for or talk about having a passionate relationship. Talk about having an enthusiastic relationship or a fun relationship, lots of fun. You ask for lots more fun in your relationship. Now, the word relationship itself actually means the distance between 2 points. So the relationship between my hands is the distance between this hand and this hand. That's a relationship. So if you're creating a relationship, you're actually creating a distance. Isn't that interesting? So you can actually destroy and uncreate your relationship every day. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're going to break apart the relationship. It just means that energetically you say, I destroy and uncreate. I destroy and uncreate my relationship with this person. And then you do the clearing statement. And the clearing statement is right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, if you don't know what the clearing statement is or what it means, send me a little message down underneath and we'll put a little note, post a message, and I'll put a link to Dr. Dane here explaining the clearing statement. The clearing statement is the magic wand of access, and it's got whole lots of different energies and it turns the polarity. So when you destroy and uncreate your relationship with this person, you are destroying and uncreating all your points of view that you have about this person that you don't even know you have, and that allows that person to show up differently. It gets rid of whatever you think that person is, and then they can be different for you because they've got so many sides. Have you noticed that some people are different when they're with this person and they're different with this person? That's because of the points of view that the person has. What else was I going to say about relationship is one of the things that happens is that people, especially when they first meet someone, they want to know, is this going to be the relationship? Is this going to be a relationship? When they've only just met them. When you first meet someone, you will create something far more fun and joyful if you keep it light and keep out of the commitment, if you don't go to commitment in relationship. Interesting, huh? Because you have to create it more when it's not a committed relationship. because you don't know when you're going to see that person again. Because what we tend to do, you might not, but I know that one of the things I always wanted to do was make sure that the person was going to ring me, or that they would ring me every day. But if you don't know when they're going to ring you, isn't that much more of a surprise, and isn't that much more exciting? That's what creates the excitement. And you can just, whenever you are with this person, and then you go, all right, I hope I see you again soon. I don't know when it's going to be. And so you've got to be, it keeps you on your toes, and you've got to create it. So you might think, oh, I wonder when I'm going to see him again. All right, well, what if I could invite him out? What if I could invite him to a picnic? Where's one of my favourite places? All down by that stream, just down over there in that forest. I know that beautiful place there. And I'll take my beautiful favourite blanket, and it's got stripes all over it, and a couple of really nice pillows, and I'll put a nice little tablecloth in the middle, cotton tablecloth. Oh, and I'll make a nice quiche with some bacon in it. And so you really start to create the fun of that picnic. Whereas if you have to go on a picnic because, you know, you've created it, it's not spontaneous, or it's not kind of, it's definitely pre-planned, then it loses its spark, I suppose you could say. So that's one of the things about relationship. What else can I tell you about? Oh, great. So you're talking about some doubt. I'm not quite sure where that doubt's coming from. Is it because it isn't in a committed relationship? Has he not told you that you definitely have a relationship and you're going to get married one day? I'm just joking. But you know what I mean. It's like, we just want to know, are we a boyfriend and a girlfriend, which is just, you know, doesn't really make fun, doesn't create some fun. And see, if you haven't already created the relationship as a committed relationship, then it's much more fun, and you're not planning in your head that this is going to be the person that you're going to live the rest of your life with, because that's what you're looking for. But if you're just having fun with this person, just on a moment-to-moment basis, you don't have to know that this person's going to be the best person to live with, because you'll just find that out over time with the fun that you have, whether you both enjoy being with each other. Because if you enjoy being with each other, it's just going to be a natural fun thing to do, is to have fun with each other. And what can you ask the universe to show you something magical? Well, I think that's a great question anyway. What can you ask the universe? Universe, what would it take to show me something really magical about relationships? One of the things is there's not very many role models of great relationships. If you've got some friends who've got great relationships, you're really lucky. But most people don't have great relationships. And we are expecting to create great relationships with the role models that we have around. Good luck. I think there's the odd people that have great relationships. And the tools of access will help you to create a much better relationship than anything I've ever found. One other thing I want to just talk about really briefly is these are more tools of access, and you won't ever hear them outside. I've never heard anyone else teach these tools, but there's 5 elements of intimacy. So what does it mean to have intimacy? It's a closeness with somebody. And how you create that intimacy and closeness with a person is to have these 5 elements for yourself. So work on them for yourself, and then have them with everybody around you, really, but more particularly with this person. So there's honour. I'm just going to cover them really briefly. Honour, trust. Trust is where you trust you and where you trust the other person to be who they'll be and do what they do and not try to change them. And allowance is where you have interesting point of view for yourself and interesting point of view about this person, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. You know, if he does something that you're not really sure about, you're just interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And gratitude, oh my gosh, have gratitude. Gratitude is just amazing. If you just have gratitude for that person and give them gratitude and say to them, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you being in my life. That will expand how that person and the relationship. And then there's vulnerability. So vulnerability is a huge big well, it's not that big, but it is. There's lots of information about vulnerability. We're not going to cover it all here today. We could, if you want to, send me a message. But it's really where we all have lots and lots of protection barriers of energy around us. So to start with, the easiest way is to just say to yourself, I drop these barriers. I'm dropping these barriers, drop barriers, drop, down you go. And that will start to create the vulnerability between you. So just turn that off. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you for asking the question. I hope that you get a lot of information out of this little YouTube, and I welcome your questions. The Access has got great tools. No. Access has got awesome tools, and these are tools from Access Consciousness, and I've been doing this for over 17 years, so I use these tools and it's made a huge difference in my life, and I'd like to say thank you so much for listening to my YouTube. Bye-bye.